news regarding a defensive back who's heading toward free agency.
Yeah.
The Chiefs reportedly giving L'Jarius Sneed permission to seek a trade. They've also told him they're prepared to tag him if there isn't a long-term deal by Tuesday's deadline. Now, again, this is just a report which tells me that the Chiefs have made this known to Sneed, and Sneed's agent said to somebody. And if you hang around Indianapolis at all this week, the agents are everywhere, the reporters are everywhere. I'm a little uncomfortable with the idea of giving a guy permission to seek a trade when you currently have no rights to him because you haven't applied the franchise tag. It's weird. They can't trade him now. His contract expires at the moment they could trade him. They first have to apply the franchise tag before it's even relevant. And remember how like Bill Belichick would always be weird about any discussions involving a trade for a franchise player. You can't trade him until he signs the franchise tender because you have to apply the franchise tender with an intention of actually employing him. That's where it gets a little dangerous. If you're using this as part of a chess move to just get value for him, you could get yourself into a little hot water.
Well, here's my question: is what is, because I was thinking along the same lines too. What is the benefit? Right? Is the benefit not to hope, hey, something long term gets done? Or you get traded here, so then maybe we can use the tag on somebody else. They don't want to use it. Are they trying to save it to the last moment just in case, right? That's what I was going, why not just tag him right now and just be done with it? I didn't understand that either, honestly.
I think that part of the mindset would be give this guy a chance to see what else is out there. Because in
but
so
he can
doing,
still do that.
In so doing, he'll see what else. But no one's going to give up 2 1s for him.
Right.
So if you tell him, go ahead. But it's just, I wonder if something got lost in the translation. I think it's awkward and potentially a CBA issue for the Chiefs to say to him, you have permission to go seek a trade. There is no right that they have to trade him at this point. It's just an awkward,
it's a dead
strange
period here where it's,
and you physically can't trade him until he becomes a free agent. And at that point, you'd have to tag him. And getting back to the point with Belichick always kind of tiptoeing around that, it's just a weird, awkward spot for the Chiefs and Sneed to be in. And to echo what I said yesterday, and again, I don't want to traffic in rumors that could potentially hurt a guy's value, but there is a medical concern out there that I've heard. And I don't think this is the kind of draft rumor you hear to try to knock a guy down so you can get him. There's just like a little red flag. We better be sure this guy's knees are fine before we commit big dollars to him, whether it's the Chiefs or anybody else.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's a corner, and his game is built on speed. L'Jarius Sneed is awesome.
Well, and also putting Tyreek Hill onto the ground.
Well, yeah, he's great at jams, too. You're right. But he has the confidence and the ability to do that and be aggressive at the line of scrimmage because I'm really fast. I can turn and run with you, right? So that's where, I mean, to your point, the knee health there and how that's doing. When if he does get a trade or it comes down the, getting to that point, man, some teams are going to have to do their due diligence there. But I do think the Chiefs, and we discussed this a little yesterday, showed their hand a little bit. I think it kind of shows you, hey, like L'Jarius, we'd like to keep you. If we can get a long-term deal done that makes sense for our salary cap and all of that, you'll stay here. But I think they're comfortable with their depth at that position like we discussed yesterday. And I think they're probably at the realization of, wait, Chris Jones are more rare in this league than the L'Jarius Sneeds. And I don't say that to disrespect L'Jarius Sneed, who I think is really damn special, definitely. But like we said,
he's not Chris Jones.
He's not Chris Jones. Game-changing D tackles only come around every so often. And I think they got to prioritize that, number one.
And I get the impression that they're confident they're going to work something out with Jones. He's not going to hit free agency.
Right.
Even though I go back to the mindset from 30 years ago to break up the Cowboys, I'm amazed that there isn't some other team out there that is filling Chris Jones' agents' heads with the idea that if your guy gets to market, we're going to pay him a hell of a lot more than the Chiefs will. I think he wants to stay. The truth serum that he was drinking on the day of the parade and rally that caused him to say, this year, next year, the year after, I'm sticking around. I think that's how he really feels.
I think it is, too. I think as long as they get close, right, close to what he thinks is his market value or that, I have the same feeling and inkling there. And of course they're organizing the checkbook and the checking savings and all of that right now too.
All these guys that told us on air yesterday that they want to hit Patrick Mahomes. It's far better to be teammates with Patrick Mahomes if you can pull it off.
No doubt.
You're more likely to have hardware. You're more likely to be making big plays in big spots, to have the opportunity to make big plays in big spots because Patrick Mahomes is going to carry you there.
Yeah, agreed with that. And there is value to being a part of a team like this. There is, in the long-term picture, right? In the big picture of things. Again, Chris Jones is going to the Hall of Fame. We know that. I mean, it certainly feels that way. I'd vote for him to be in the Hall of Fame, right? But, hey, he wins another Super Bowl, wins another one after that. You know, then it's guaranteed first ballot.
Yeah.
Then it's guaranteed every time you go to an autograph signing, you're getting like $100,000 just to be there for an hour and a half or 2 hours.
You're the king of Kansas City. You never pay for a meal, a drink, anything for the rest of your life in Kansas City.
Those are the things where he can catch up with the value a little bit, and he does. He seems more, into the dynasty, the legacy, and being a part of it more than maybe looking for every last dollar he can get, which is cool in a lot of ways. It really is.
Years from now.
Yeah.
While you're still doing this, and I will be if I'm still alive.
You gonna let me take over this show with like your son, and it'd be me and Alex on PFT? You won't? You're not gonna let me be associated? So when you're gone, you won't pass this down? You won't be like, hey, friend Chris
When
Simms.
I'm dead. After I'm dead, it doesn't matter, because when you're dead, you're dead.
Yeah.
We were having this conversation last night. It's very existential.
Deep Thoughts by Mike Florio.
When you're dead,
you're dead.
You're dead.
So stop
Newsflash.
saving all your money
Doesn't
and acting
matter.
like you can take it with you.
All right, I'll buy a Ferrari when I get home.
Damn, do it.
Okay, so
you won't do it.
I was going to make a point. Oh.
When you're dead, you're
dead.
dead.
What was my point?
I don't know.
We're going to talk about this later. Oh,
yeah.
I got it now.
Okay.
Boom, it came back to me. You talked about Chris Jones making it to the Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
I had this flash forward to a point where there is a huge cluster of Chiefs in the Hall of Fame. And then people are going to say, well, no wonder they won all those Super Bowls. They had all those Hall of Famers. But it's the winning of the Super Bowls that puts all these guys in the Hall of Fame.
Exactly right. No, there's no
I don't
doubt
care what
about
any
that.
other standard
Right.
it is. The voters get smitten by rings.
Yes, 100%. How many guys are like out there? Like I played with Brandon Marshall. He's a Hall of Famer. He just was never on a good team, right? That's how I feel. I mean, I played in the NFL for 8 years, and of course, even after I retired and he was continuing to play, I was watching it. I've been on the field. I was like, damn, Brandon Marshall, nobody's been like him, right? I mean, so there's so many players out there like that, like we talk about all the time, where we go, that guy is actually great, right? And if you're not like a running back sometimes, maybe a receiver or a quarterback with crazy stats, you're right. Those are the only guys that seem to kind of overcome the I've never been on, a great team or a winning team or anything like that.
And, Chris, it's also an opportunity to perform when 120 million are watching.
Yeah, that's right, too.
Chris Jones busting through the line to break up a potential touchdown in overtime that would have put the 49ers up by 7.
Right.
Keeps it to a field goal, sets the stage for you. You see it.
You see
he
it.
has the chance
he
to do it.
probably saved
Brandon
2 other
Marshall never got a
touchdowns
chance
during
to
the
do
game.
It.
Exactly right.
And Super Bowl 54.
That's exactly
freaking
right.
out
So
Jimmy
big
Garoppolo,
moments, right.
knocking balls down.
Exactly.
I
like it. Yeah, see, I'm rubbing off on you. See, pass it down to me. Come on.
It's good or bad. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.